This video is going to be based on distribution. It's a property that basically says that if I have A times B plus C, what I end up actually needing to do here is taking the A, multiplying it times the B, and times the C. So what I would end up with in this generic form would be AB plus AC. So this would be my distributed, that's spelled distributive, distributive property. Now, if we actually were to do that backwards, and I were to say, why don't I factor this, I will actually end up back with what I started. So, if I were to factor AB plus AC, you'll notice the A can be factored out, so I put that out front, and then I end up with B left over plus C. So one way to think about it is that distribution and factoring are opposites. While distribution goes this direction, factoring takes it back to what it was. So distribution goes one way, factoring goes the other way. I'm going to give you a couple questions. I want you to try both distribution and factoring ones. Before I do that, I'm going to quickly do one with numbers so you can have some numbers involved. Let's say you had 3x squared plus 9x. Okay, so I'm going to say first, let's factor this. So we're going to factor first. Factor first. So what I'm going to notice is I've got an x here, and then this over here is actually x times x. And this right here can be thought of as 3 times 3. So if I read this all out, I have 3 times x plus 3 times x. So the common parts, I have a 3x common, and I have a 3x common. Okay, so we're going to factor that out. So I've got 3x, factor that part out, and now what do I have left over in the first part? X. And what do I have left over in the second part? Plus 3. That's not the neatest version of how I did that, but I think it gets worth. So now I'm going to actually distribute So this is a different problem. I'm going to go ahead and distribute, and in doing that, I'm going to take the 3x and distribute it both in. So the 3x to the x and 3x times 3. So it's 3x times x plus 3. Here we go. We're going to distribute it in. So 3x times x, that a multiplication sign, that's a horrible multiplication sign, plus 3x times 3. So when I simplify that further, I would get 3x squared plus 9x, which of course, hopefully 3x squared plus 9x looks a whole lot 3x squared plus 9x. So again, I'm demonstrating that factoring goes one direction. It turns it into these, which are called factors. Factors are separated out by multiplication. And distribution takes those factors and multiplies them together. So that's like finding the product, and I am putting them back into its terms. So whether I'm looking at it like this in factored form or this in standard form, it's really the same thing. So now here we go. Go ahead, example, and try to go both directions with it. Here we go. Let me think of one here that might be fun. Fun, right? That's relative. We'll actually do two. The first one I want you to do is going to be take 5ab plus 10b, and I would like you to factor out. Then I would like you to take the answer and distribute distribute it back in so you can get, hopefully, the same thing that you started with. So again, first, this is two problems here. Step one is to take this and factor it. So you'll factor out something, and then I want you to use distribution and put the thing that you factored out, multiply it back in, and hopefully your answer after you distribute will be exactly what you started out with. Okay? Good luck, have fun. If you have questions, certainly send me a text, question, and whatever else you'd like.